Hi guys and welcome back. Sorry for the new background, I'm traveling so I don't always have the opportunity to record videos. But today is an important day and that's the reason why I want to record this video, because did you hear the story about Avalanche and Crypto Leaks? Yes, because it looks like that we are in front of another big scandal. What we will do together is going through the whole report. Plus, I want to share with you a couple of findings that I just discovered into the last couple of hours that I was studying the report and I was digging on it, because it looks like that there is another behind the scene that we should know in order to better understand what is going on. So let's start immediately. Just let me say that this channel is about educational content and nothing has to be intended as financial advice. And if you're curious to know more about the other channels that we have, don't forget to check the description below where you can find all the links. And plus, guys, remember please to leave us a big thumbs up and drop a comment. It's just a small effort for you, but really means a lot to us. Okay, guys, so let's start immediately. So we have this situation, this website, cryptoleaks.info. Don't bother, don't worry, because I will leave all the links useful to you to better understand the story just in the description below. And this website has just published this report. Ava Labs attacks Solana, evil conspiracy, law firm, and so on. But what happened? As you can see, the report is quite long, it's going full of details, full of videos. We will have a look to a couple of them, and it's saying, just a long story short, that Ava Labs working with this law firm here, that is this one, Roche Friedman, and the person that you are seeing in the picture is the main lawyer that is behind this law firm, that they have tried to manipulate the market through some kind of lawsuit in order to manipulate how the SEC is looking at the market and try to make some damage against competitors like Solana, Internet Computer, and so on. But what kind of story they are trying to paint? Before going on, I want to say that this story is receiving a lot of attention mainly because CZ has published a post. As you can see, this post, as you can see from the link, it is a CZ Binance, so the post is original, but unfortunately he has deleted it. I don't know the reason, but this was the original tweet by CZ. He's also saying that also Binance was a target, even if they were not even a competitor. That's also the main reason why this report by Crypto Leaks received so great visibility, because obviously if it's something said by CZ, obviously many people will heard about it. But let's try to have a look to what they are saying. So let's start with this video.
Goon, we did a deal where I agreed to provide legal services in exchange for a certain percentage of the token supply. That was September.
So what he is saying into this video, the person that you are hearing is the main lawyer, the person that you have seen into the picture just here, so the law firm that is working with Avalanche. And in this video, he is saying just that they have started to work together into a co-working, and in that moment, they have started a relationship. Let's have a look to another video.
And they understand that if it's not handled by you, there will be regulation issues.
Correct.
Which is, problematic. And they know that they need to keep you happy.
As you can see, what this video is telling us is that the role of this person, so of this lawyer, is really important because it is helping the Ava Labs to stay away from problems. Going on.
Because I sue half the companies in the space, I know where this market is going, I believe, better than one of the top 10 people in the world. I've seen in the insides of every single crypto company.
This is probably the most important video, the most curious one, because as you can see, what he is saying here is that they are making lawsuits against different kind of competitors, because in this way they can access to their internal files And obviously, in the moment when you are having access to their internal files, you can learn a lot about what they are doing. So what he's saying is that through this kind of system, he is becoming the major person that has an incredible knowledge of the market. And obviously, the person that has so much knowledge about the market can use it in its favor, or maybe even in the favor of its clients. But let's go on, because it is getting even worse.
I deal with making sure that the SEC and the CFTC have other magnets to go after.
This is getting pretty interesting, because what he's saying is that thanks to these lawsuits, is not only able to access a lot of information, but on the other side is also able to, let's say, manipulate, creating, as he's saying, magnets for the SEC, telling them maybe it's better if you look there, because there is something quite important that you should be aware, and you should start to regulate it. So what he's saying is that regulators can be manipulated in order to not pointing on Ava Labs, on Avalanche, but pointing on other competitors. Going on into this part, you will find some curious information. I don't want to comment them right now. I will just add my comment just a moment after. But before, I want to share with you the video. Let's do it.
I'm just a crazy motherfucker, and I have resources, and I will take you to the end. And taking you to the end it won't be a nuisance settlement. What you do is, metaphorically, you pull down your pants, and you tell your Jerry, here's my cock. Now you pull down your pants a little bit. Show me your cock. And we're just going to trust each other, and the jury just listens to the story. And the fact that 10 idiots control the flow of all the money that happens.
So as you can see, that's pretty interesting how they are reporting the case, because they are painting this lawyer exactly as a motherfucker, in a way that he's obviously also defining himself. And probably he is not a saint, as you can see also from the body language, from his speech, the way he is behaving. He is pretty self-confident, and he believes to have a lot of power to influence this kind of market. That's something that is, I think, undeniable. But on the other side, it's also quite curious to see that a report that should be neutral is just trying to create this kind of image, because it's also quite unfair to hear about all of these sentences, all about this colorful language without having the context, because we are just seeing this kind of just a couple of seconds where he is saying awful stuff, but on the other side we don't have the context to evaluate what he's saying. So obviously he is not a saint, but all of this is looking like quite weird. Anyway, let's go on and let's try to understand what happened and how the different parties have reacted. So first of all, Amin, that is the CEO and also co-founder of Avalanche, simply denied everything, saying that it is a nonsense conspiracy by Crypto Leaks. And he also shared this statement where he is simply saying that all of these news are simply lies and nothing is true. And as I was telling you, from a certain point of view, I completely agree with him, because it's true that everything looks like settled just to attack Avalanche and also his founder and the law firm that is working with them. As I told you, everything looks so just built in order to transmit this kind of message, but without having the goal to give you a neutral point of view. And what I found out that looks like pretty weird is this one. As you can see, Crypto Leaks is promoting its own content. Nothing weird, absolutely, because it's absolutely legit to promote your own content just to share. But on the other side, it looks like quite a paradox. Why? If you are a non-profit, a person, I don't know, a team that is just working to share info just for the spirit to build a better community? Why are you investing money to promote content just to attack Avalanche? While on the other side, there are already many people that are aware of this kind of story and are already digging into it. It looks like that they have some kind of advantage from this story. Not to mention that I noticed another thing. If you try to check crypto leaks, you will find out, first of all, it is a pretty new website and they have just published only 3 cases. But what is quite curious is that into this case 3 about Avalanche, they are also mentioning that one of the damaged party is ECP, so Internet Computer. That is another blockchain that has quite a big hype at a certain point, but after that it simply declined and we have still to wait from them to evolve. On the other side, look at that. Case 2, again, ECP by Arkham Intelligent, so promoted a corrupt attack, so they are trying to attack ECP. Curious, 2 or 3 are talking about ECP, but even worse is that, look at here, where attacks on ECP initiated. So come on guys, ECP is not even into the top 5 of the blockchains. There is a Binance Smart Chain, there is Ethereum, there is a Phantom that has much more traction, there is Avalanche, there are many different kind of blockchains, Near, Solana, and so on, that are having much more traction compared to ECP. But why Crypto Leaks, that should be just a website that trying to promote a more fair market, is defending, or it looks like so at least, to talk, and why they are pushing so much about ECP. So it looks like quite built just to defend ECP. Obviously, I'm not saying that behind Crypto Leaks there is a ECP. I don't have any kind of proof. I'm just saying that it looks like quite weird to see so much talking about ECP into a website. 3 reports, all of them about it. On the other side, I don't think that everything that they are saying is simply bullshit, because as you can see also from this post by Amin, if you check here, you will read, for example, this one. The law firm behind this lawsuit is absolutely top-notch. They just recently won the largest default judgment in US legal history. And he's obviously talking about Kyle Rush, and as you can see, he is sharing the tweet by him. So it's not like the kind of approach that you will simply share without any kind of interest. So it looks like that the relationship between the law firm and Amin is quite strong, and they are for real working together. And on the other side, that's pretty also normal to see law firms that are trying to take advantage in a legal way. I hope so. I don't have any proof otherwise, but it's not so uncommon to see projects, companies that are working closely with law firms in order to have special services and in order to help them to defend from the SEC, from regulators, from competitors, and so on. On the other side, I think that we should really analyze carefully this kind of situations, because we are still in a market that is so young that can be manipulated, and there are not verified news. In this case, yes, it is quite curious, and yes, I would like to know more from Amin and from Kyle, so from Avalanche and from the law firm, in order to understand what they have done, because it is undeniable that the kind of language that he is using, how he is defining the jury, calling them idiots and so on, is not something that looks like great. It's not the kind of behavior that I would love to see. On the other side, yeah, I think that it's not everything that we are seeing on internet, on the network, is true, because it's so easy to build a fake report just to expose something that maybe have some kind of fundamental that are true. But on the other side, they are also using a kind of storytelling that is able to focus the audience attention on just what is interesting for the person that is writing. So that's something that we should take pretty much attention. Just before closing this video, I want to share with you also how the price has reacted to this news. And as you can see, the chart is pretty awful, but that's something that is pretty normal and something that we have seen on all the other cryptos. In order to understand how the price of AVAX has reacted, we can try to compare this chart with what happened with Bitcoin. As you can see, starting from the 26, and remember 26, it was before the scandal. In the moment of the scandal was just yesterday around this level. In this moment, Bitcoin is going down by, let's say, 2%. Avalanche is going down by something like 10%. That's pretty much different. On the other side, same story applies to ETH. As you can see, in the moment of the leak, the price has dumped quite massively. On the other side, as you can see, the price is reacting pretty well compared, for example, to Bitcoin. The kind of price action is going up much more decisively compared to what we are seeing to Bitcoin. So what we can understand is that yes, the market is trying to price this kind of story, but on the other side is not taking it so seriously. So it looks like that the market still has faith into Avalanche, into Amin, into their law firm. So it doesn't look like that it is affecting so much Avalanche. Obviously, it's still too early because we would like to have answers from also Avalanche in order to understand if they are really using this kind of techniques, if they are really working against the competitors. And on the other side, I would like also to have answer from Crypto Leaks, because I really don't like this kind of narrative. I don't like to see just attacks without enough proofs or without a context that is enabling us to judge them and to have a better approach in order to understand what really happened. Guys, let me know what you think about the whole story. Just let me know into the comment section just below. And thank you for following me. And don't forget, guys, to leave us a big thumbs up and drop a comment. Thank you, guys, and see you soon. Bye.